Chapter 9. Spod. As they sat in the cruel school dining hall, Larker looked on in amazement at Spod finishing the bowl of snot in seconds. "Yum!" he exclaimed. "Yum!" repeated Larker incredulously. "You get used to the taste of tortoise snot after a while." "I'm not sure I ever will. It takes away the taste of shark eggs. I will take your word for it. Hey, I've got a gag for you. I had a great teacher at my last school called Mr. Turtle. He taught us well." The boy was silent. "Do you get it?" asked Lasker. "Dunno." "Don't worry. So how long have you been here?" "Dunno. Years, I guess. I don't remember life outside this place." "But you must have a family who are missing you." "Dunno." Why is the answer to every question, "Dunno"? The boy looked lost in thought for a moment before replying, "Dunno." "Don't tell me your name is Dunno," she joked. "Nah, it's Spod." "Spod? Why are you called Spod?" "Dunno." "I should have known," she replied. "It's just that everyone calls me that." Larker leaned in to speak to the boy in confidence. "So are you planning to stay here forever?" "Dunno." "Only I am planning to get out of here. Are you in?" "Dunno." "What do you mean, dunno?" "Dunno. Where else I would go? Kids like me don't fit in nowhere." At the moment, there was another deafening squawk! Squawk! It was the pelican again. Immediately, all the children got up from the table. "What's going on?" asked Larker. "And don't say dunno. That sound means it's time for the first lesson of the day." Spod stood up, taking his plate with him, so Larker followed. However, as this was her first day, and she didn't know the school rules yet, she put her empty bowl in the wrong place. She put it on top of a pile of plates. If there was one thing guaranteed to send Rank into a spiral of rage, it was either a bowl stacked on the stack of plates or a plate stacked on the stack of bowls. "The bowls don't go there," yelled the old woman, and explode against the wall behind her. Kaboom! "Oh, I missed a part, sorry." "I'm so sorry," replied Larker. "How dare you make me work more for me?" "Well, But before Larker could say another thing, she felt a bowl skim past the top of her head and explode against the wall behind her. Kaboom! "Nasty, selfish little beast like you need to be taught a lesson," thundered Rank. She picked up the stack of plates and hurled them one by one at Larker. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Spod grabbed Larker by the arm. "I'll have you put in detention, missy. See how you like that." "You don't want to be put in detention, trust me," hissed Spod to Larker. "Let's make a run for it before Rank gets in a bad mood." "This isn't a bad mood," exclaimed Larker in disbelief, as more and more plates exploded around her. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, 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 kaboom, 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 kaboom. "This school is potty," said Larker. You don't know half of it. Just wait until our first lesson. Follow me." He grabbed the girl by the hand and led her out of the dining hall as a hail of plates smashed against the door. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. Chapter 10. Digits. Maths can be hard enough at the best of times, but if your teacher cannot count, it becomes impossible. Let me explain. The maths teacher at the cruel school was called Digits. Digits sported a heavy tweed three-piece suit with a bow tie. He had a wild shock of grey hair that went up to the ceiling and a long straggly beard that went down to the floor. That was the most memorable thing about Digits. What was the most memorable about Digits, however, was that one of his hands was made of metal. The metal hand had 6 digits on it. That meant the teacher had 11 fingers in total, but Digits thought he only had 10. So now whenever he counted on his fingers to solve a problem, he always got the wrong answer. Larker was something of a whiz when it came to maths. She was one of those kids who could take one look at a bag of marbles or a box of matches or a pile of coins and tell you in an instant how many there were. So when Digits started chalking away on the blackboard in the chilly stone classroom and announced 17,456 minus 11, you have 10 seconds to answer your question. 10. He was not expecting the new girl to put up her hand before he'd had the chance to say 9. "I got it, sir," she exclaimed. The kids in the class all looked at her in disbelief. "I beg your pardon," spluttered the teacher. "I've got the answer, sir." Digits let out a weary sigh. "No child has ever got the answer to one of my questions right in the 50 years I've been teaching maths here at the Cruel School." "Well, I have," announced Larka proudly. From the desk behind, Spod coughed to get her attention. But she took no notice. "Their answer is that..." "Wait for it," she teased. "Out with it," thundered Digits, throwing a piece of chalk at her head. Whizz. Fortunately, she ducked just in time. The chalk hit Spod in the chin, crack, and exploded into dust. Whoosh! "Drum roll, please," announced Larka. This time Digits threw the board eraser at her. Once again she ducked, and once again it hit Spod. Doink! It bounced off his forehead, and the hulk of a boy didn't even blink. 17,445, she said, holding her arms neatly together and looking outrageously smug. "You sound very confident," chuckled Digits. "Let's all see, shall we?" Digits then opened his hands to count on his fingers. 10 fingers. This will be simple. All the children in his class sighed. They had been here 1,000 times before, or according to Digits, 1,001 times before. So in the 11-digit teacher counted down from 17,456 on his fingers. Needless to say, the answer he came to was 17,444. Digits paced over to his new girl and leaned on her desk so he was face to face with her. "What a shame, little Miss Cleverclogs. You are wrong, wrong, wrong." Tick tock, tick tock. There was that sound again. "I can hear something strange," she said softly. Immediately, Digits marched back to the front of the class. He picked up a heavy maths textbook from his desk and with all of his might hurled it at Larka. Whizz! She ducked once again and it hit Spod bang on the nose. Boink! "No matter, Spod," said Digits. "Fortunately, your nose is already broken." "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir," replied the boy. "Look, sir, I got the answer right, sir," protested Larka. A hush descended on the classroom. No one had ever dared challenge Digits before. This felt like the start of something. Could it be the beginning of a revolution? Wrong with a capital R. Up until now, few of the children in the maths class had been listening. Knuckles had been plucking earwax out of his ears with pencil. Plop. Boom had been creating snowstorms with her dandruff. Whoosh. Dart had been lying in a pool of his own dribble on her desk. Zzz. Pongo had been letting off bottom bangers into the cupped hand before wafting them to the next door neighbour. Poof. Bug had been creating the biggest bubbles of runny snot possible by blowing through one nostril. Gurgle. After Larka's challenge to the teacher, they all sat up and paid attention. This was going to be exciting. No one ever took on Digits. Digits was a hurler, and you never knew what was going to be hurled at you next. Once he even hurled Pongo right at Spod. Was this new girl going to get the better of the terrible teacher on her very first day at the Cruel School? "I was right, sir," mocked Digits. He picked up a chair and hurled it across the classroom. Fortunately, everyone ducked and it smashed against the back wall. Crash. "Look, what we've done now," girl thundered. "Digits, you've broken the chair." "I didn't break it, you threw it." "Yes, but if you had hit you, it wouldn't have broken." "Digits has a point," agreed Boom. "You are wrong," declared Digits. "Wrong, wrong, wrong, wrong with a capital R. Wrong." "Spelling isn't your strong suit then," murmured Larka. "What did you just say?" demanded Digits. "Nothing, sir," she chirped. "I will prove you wrong. Didn't you see me counting on my fingers?" There was a collective gasp from the class. Gasp. Spod glared at the girl as if to say, "Don't." "Yes, I did, sir," replied Larka, "and you counted one too many." "How, pray, would I have done that?" he demanded. "I have 10 fingers." "No, you don't. You have 11. Gasp, went everyone. Spod did a double gasp to really get the point across to Larka. Gasp, gasp! Digits was in a terrible temper. With some difficulty, he picked up his desk before hurling it across the room. Bash! The desk exploded into pieces, sending shards of wood flying everywhere. Zzz, bang, wallop. "Are you all right, Spod?" asked Larka. "Dunno," he replied, rubbing his head. "This swine thinks I have 11 fingers. 11! What rot!" thundered Digits as he counted his 11 fingers again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See? Just like I have those 10 toes. With that, Digits whipped off his shoes and socks and revealed a metal foot. The metal foot had, you guessed it, 6 toes, just like his fingers. Digits had 11 toes. He counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you, little Miss Clever Clogs, can do maths tests. Shouldn't that be 11, asked Laska. You can do 10 maths tests. Shouldn't that be 11, asked Larka. Spod furiously shook his head. You can do 11 maths tests, explained Digits. See, you can count after all, muttered the girl, to the great amusement of all the other children. Ha 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 ha! Now you were laughing with her and not at her. It was the best feeling in the world. What was that? Demanded Digits. Nothing, sir, she replied with the smuggest of smug grins. Why, I should put you in detention. But before Digits could say Chon, Larka was saved by the bell. Well, not the bell exactly, but the sound of the pelican squawking. Squawk! That squawk is a signal for me, not you, shouted Digits, but it was too late. All the kids swarmed out of the classroom as if it were rats escaping a sinking ship. No one has ever done anything like that before, Larka, said an excited Spod. It was fun, she replied. You're lucky you didn't get a detention. I don't care. You will care. Kids who go to detention are never the same again. What do you mean? Asked Larka. Dunno, I said too much. You haven't said enough. The science teacher always takes the detention. The kids come out zombified. Larka stopped in the chilly hallway. Zombified? Why? Dunno. Nobody knows. There are lots of us kids here. Why don't you all stand up to the teachers? Spod shook his head. Dunno. I guess we're all out for ourselves here at the cruel school. But if we all work together, she reasoned, it's impossible. Nothing's impossible, said Larka. It is. All of us kids hate each other. I don't hate you. I don't hate you either. Well, there's a start. The pair shared a smile. You've already got 2, continued Larka. Let's join forces and get out of this place forever. Okay, so that is the end of our reading for today. And I look forward to our reading of chapter 12 onwards next time.